Warning, there is a good chance Bitcoin Mike has no idea what he's talking about. Do your own research. Enjoy the show. Thank you. All right, folks, let's take a look at those markets. Crazy couple of days in the crypto world. A lot going on. Let's kind of break it down, see what's going on. First, we got Bitcoin coming in at 25,882. Bitcoin's actually down today, even though the stock market is up because we got better than expected inflation numbers. So Bitcoin is currently, and the crypto market really in general, is not following the stock market right now. Bitcoin's absolutely lagging. Altcoins are lagging, and I do believe that's because of the assault by Gary Gensler and the SEC. Starting off with Gary Gensler, I found this article yesterday. Now, I would bet this isn't true because Gary Gensler can't be this stupid. But hey, who knows? Maybe he is. I mean, he was having lunches with Sam Bankman-Fried. This is a rumor. Gary Gensler accused of market manipulation in 2.5 million short position. So, Gary Gensler, chairperson of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, has been accused of market manipulation by shorting Bitcoin and other crypto-focused stocks. Coinbase, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, is rumored to have evidence supporting the alleged allegations against Gensler. Okay, so he was supporting stocks, or shorting stocks. I would actually believe that because I remember I was watching an interview not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, and Gary Gensler was saying he owned no Bitcoin, which I don't think he could get away with saying that if it wasn't true. But yeah, you can short stocks for sure. Maybe he was shorting Coinbase, MicroStrategy, who knows what. But this is from somebody who works at Coinbase. See if there's any more details here. According to a source named Capo, Coinbase, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, is rumored to have evidence that Gensler placed substantial short positions in Bitcoin amounting to over 2.5 million barely 48 hours ago. So this was 48 hours before all that news came out last week about them suing Coinbase and Binance. Although the specifics of this information have yet to be made public, the evidence is believed to be solid enough to warrant serious examinations. If this turns out to be true, and I just can't believe he'd be that stupid, but he might be, because these guys really do think they're gods. A lot of these chairs, a lot of these heads of these organizations, they think they're untouchable. Like if you saw Gary Gensler in Congress when he was testifying, he was a jerk. He wouldn't answer anybody's questions. He was just sitting there with a smug look on his face. He's really a rotten person. But if it turns out that he was shorting these stocks, I think there's a good chance that he's gone. I mean, actually, this is almost be like treasonous. I mean, I would say he could actually be brought up on criminal charges if this is true. Minimally, I would think he's gone. So we'll follow this story. And there is also a move other than this to have Gary Gensler removed as SEC chair. That just came out the other day. So with all the negativity we're seeing with altcoins right now, you guys have to realize there are people fighting back. And Gary Gensler, he could be a con man, just like everybody else in the government. I mean, he is part of the Biden administration, and as you guys know, Biden just got accused of taking $10 million in bribes, and apparently there's phone calls. So I don't know. Republicans aren't perfect, but these Democrats are the sleaze of the earth. Trannies in schools. I just read an article this morning where the White House had a gay pride parade and there are trannies out front the White House with their boobs out, with their fake boobs out. Can you imagine that? Abraham Lincoln, George Washington would be rolling over in their graves. People fought for this country and died, and now you have trannies being hosted at the White House showing their fake breasts. So this country's done unless a Republican gets in, unfortunately. And I'm not even a Republican. I'm just saying, if the Democrats get in, this country's done. There's no more America after that. These guys are all con men. All right, let's see what else is going on. Like I just said, lawmakers introduced bill to remove SEC chair. But do they have the authority? A Supreme Court decision ruled that the U.S. president could not remove commissioner except for standard or inefficiencies, neglect of duty, or malfeasance. Well, if he was shorting stocks related to Bitcoin, that would be malfeasance. Either way, if a Republican gets in, there's no more Gary Gensler. Even a lot of Democrats don't like Gary Gensler. Wanted to touch base on XRP. As you guys know, I'm not a big fan of XRP. There's so many reasons why. Heck, I know people who bought XRP in 2017. I bought mainly Litecoin and Cardano in 2017. I know people who bought XRP towards the end, right when I got into crypto at the same time, and they made no money last bull run. I mean, I'm like paying off a house in cash, and they're like down. It was like the biggest loser coin. And one reason behind that is the founders of XRP are total con men. They created XRP out of thin air to fund Ripple. They dumped it on the market for years, not allowing it to pump. And the founders of XRP are multi-millionaires. I think they're each worth over $100 million. So essentially they dumped on you. You bought their XRP and they just dumped it on you and they took hundreds of millions of dollars. And the only reason they're fighting the SEC right now is because if they lose, they're going to have to pay back a lot of that money. So they're not fighting for you. Ripple and everybody involved in XRP, whatever that guy's name is, Garland House, they're not fighting for the crypto market. They're fighting because if they lose against the SEC and they get deemed a security, they have to give back all of that money that they made dumping on you. I've been in this market since 2017. I watched Cardano go from 2 cents to $3. I rode it up to $2 and I sold it. I watched people who bought XRP at $1.50, $2, and it was just hanging out at 40 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents. It did absolutely nothing for these people. So it's a loser coin. It's a loser coin, and I think XRP is a security. I don't know how you can create something out of thin air and then just dump it on people for years and years and years. So I'm not a big fan of XRP. It sucks that this whole XRP is a security lawsuit is going to affect the whole altcoin market, because if they get deemed a security, it's gonna scare people from getting into other altcoins that are totally different than XRP. So it is a disaster zone. It's a disaster zone. But anyway, everybody's waiting for these Hinman documents to come out, or whatever the hell they were called, these Hinman documents that were supposed to vindicate XRP. Well, Rand Nooner kind of sums it up right here. It was a big nothing burger. Big nothing burger, as everything is with XRP.
They are releasing a hell of a lot of documents. And as a result of this, obviously Ripple or XRP really celebrated, but now kind of realized that maybe all of this is actually a nothing burger. Because, so what? Because Ethereum is no longer a security, because it is sufficiently decentralized, how does that relate back to XRP and Ripple? Is XRP and Ripple as decentralized? And I think that that's what the market is kind of saying. The market's like going, well, hold on a second. Thanks for sharing this. We won a little battle, and they celebrated a bit, and the price went up. But now it's like, okay, now let's get back to business. How does this actually change the case? And I think I agree with this Gabriel Shapiro cat, who says Hinman mails are nothing burger. They're great for ETH. No idea why Ripple thinks these emails help Ripple's case. And I think I kind of agree with him. I think I kind of agree with him. So that is the Hinman case. The documents are out today. More documents will be coming out. As more documents come out, we will cover them for you, and we will bring them for you live, whether it is here or on my Twitter, or on the Twitter Spaces, which we're all together gonna join after the show. It's gonna happen. All right, then the next big court case today.
Anyway, so there it is. It looks like a big nothing burger. Apparently, it was actually more beneficial for Ethereum, these Hinman documents, than XRP. So I just don't believe it. I mean, could XRP pump up to a couple of dollars because some good news comes out and people are like so enthusiastic about it and people are just pumping XRP? Yeah, it absolutely could, but I consider it to be just one of the most risky altcoins. Far more risky than like Cardano and all these other ones that were even named securities by the SEC, because XRP, it's just, like I said, create out of thin air. All the founders made $100 million off dumping on you and suppressing the price for years and years and years. I'm not a big fan. And of course, I want to talk about Litecoin. You know, I've been talking about Litecoin with you guys probably for the last year. Really the last 6 months I've been pushing it. Even before all this SEC garbage came out, I said Litecoin can never be labeled a security. That's why I like Litecoin, and it's going to have better ROI than Bitcoin. Here's an article I found. Well, first I want to talk about this. Gary Gensler, there's video of him in like 2019 essentially saying that Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin are not securities.
For 70% of the crypto market is Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Why did I name those four? They're not securities.
Let's listen again.
70% of the crypto market is Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Why did I name those four? They're not securities.
So there you have it. So I really do think that Litecoin is going to steal the thunder from a lot of these other projects that are obvious securities. I'm not talking about Cardano because I don't think Cardano is a security, but I think coins like XRP, I'm not going to go down the list. Some of these obvious securities that had coin sales in the United States, things like that, you can go down the list that they're probably going to get labeled securities and people are going to fly out of them. Even coins like Polymatic or Solana that run off a centralized server. I just think people are going to go into Litecoin. It's going to be a flight to safety. Now, a lot of people would say, well, why don't you just go into Bitcoin if you're looking for a flight to safety? Well, I'm not going to go into Bitcoin. For one, I already have Bitcoin, but the ROI on Bitcoin just isn't worth it for me. Okay, I go into Bitcoin right now, and we have a high of $120,000 next bull run. That's like a 3-4x, if that. Litecoin, I fully expect to get between $800 to $1,000 the next bull market. So we're at $76 right now. Litecoin already had a high of $102 just a month ago. So I just think the ROI for Litecoin's way better, and a lot of these shitty coins, these meme coins, are going to get flushed out of the system. That's what's going to happen over the next few months as the SEC goes after a lot of these coins that might be securities. You also have to look at if XRP loses this case, which I actually think there is a good chance XRP might lose this case. And I think that's going to temporarily affect a lot of the altcoins that are already in question of being securities. Unfortunately, Cardano might be on that list, but Litecoin should not be affected because it's a bona fide commodity is what it is. And we already have tape. That's why Gary Gensler, the reason Gary Gensler hasn't gone after Ethereum and Litecoin, all these other coins, is because he knows that he's on tape essentially saying they're not securities. He's not that dumb. He knows what he's doing. Plus, they're proof of work coins. There's really no founder anymore. The founders have left. And the founders actually mined their own coins. Like Charlie Lee, he didn't create Litecoin for himself. He actually had to mine it. Now, of course, it was a lot cheaper back then to mine it, and he made a lot of money off it in the end, but nothing was created and nothing was given away. So I'm standing by my Litecoin prediction, even with the halving coming up. I think Litecoin is going to be one of the top performers. I think Litecoin, with everything going on right now, is going to do what it did in 2017. I think it's going to be right back in the top 10. I could see Litecoin being number 4 or 5, maybe 6 by the tip of the bull market. And like I said, I've talked about this market trader before. Vandy Pope believes that 2 altcoins could give the crypto market a shot in the arm. Stay sharp, stay focused. Keep an eye out for XRP and LTC. Well, okay, I disagree with XRP unless they get that SEC settlement in their favor, but it says they'll move the market, and check whether we'll be able to flip above the 200-week moving average for the total market cap in the next week. If you want to buy something with a narrative, that's why I've been trading Litecoin. That's why I've been trading XRP, because I knew Litecoin, the halving narrative, you can make use of that. Found another article, Litecoin uptrend, potential conditions for a continued price rise. For the current observation, it appears that Litecoin's price dynamics are in the process of forming what market analysts typically identify as a symmetrical triangle pattern. Dwindling trading volume is a strong indicator that a substantial and impulsive shift in the asset's price might be looming in the future. In order to ensure the continuation of the prevailing long-term uptrend, it's out of paramount importance to uphold the support level of $65. The only way Litecoin's going below $65 is if Bitcoin drops below $25,000. It could happen, and that's another reason that I like Litecoin right now. It's essentially just following Bitcoin. It's not like if Bitcoin goes back up to $30,000, Litecoin's above $100,000. Not $100,000, above $100. If Bitcoin drops below $20,000, then Bitcoin's going below $65,000. But it's essentially just following Bitcoin, whereas a lot of these other coins, they're kind of just following whatever Gary Gensler's saying, which is kind of stressful. It says Litecoin's uptrend has already been rejected 3 times from the long-term resistance area in the $100 to $105 range. Yep, Litecoin was just at $100 like last month, and it only dumped because Bitcoin dumped. So, Litecoin's going to have no problems pumping past $100, $105 if Bitcoin's above $30,000. Plus, you got the halving in 2 months or less than 2 months. And talk a little bit about Binance. I've been telling you guys I wouldn't be keeping anything on Binance.us right now. If you want to send something over there to do a quick trade because they have low prices, that's probably not a horrible idea if you get it off there quick. But it does look like the SEC is still trying to freeze Binance.us assets. And I just read that CZ Binance hired a criminal attorney. So criminal charges have not been accused yet of CZ, but I think they're coming. I do not think Binance.us will survive. I think it's done. I think it's gone. I think Coinbase will be one of the only exchanges in the United States for the foreseeable future. So Binance.us will probably last as just a crypto exchange for a couple years, but I think Binance.us is going to realize it's not even worth it for them to even do that. And I think they'll probably go away. Of course, it really depends what happens with this lawsuit. So as of right now, the SEC is trying to basically freeze all their assets. I don't think they're going to be able to do that. I think that's an overreach because that would effectively kill their business, and I can't see a judge allowing that to happen. But with all that going on with Binance, I would not really be in it at all. And another thing I wouldn't be in is BNB. I know BNB is actually up a little bit today, not much. I think BNB is probably going to go to zero. I'm just not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of BNB. But in general, all altcoins look like pretty much like shit today. Bitcoin looks like shit too. Bitcoin should be above $28,000 today because of what's going on with the CPI numbers and stocks. But Bitcoin is just, the SEC has really taken a toll on Bitcoin and crypto. And I just want to let people know, this is your typical bear market shit. I've seen it before. Last bear market, I saw Bitcoin go from $4,000 to $6,000 to $12,000. Everybody thinks we're coming out of the bear market. Then we go right back down to $4,000. I saw Cardano do the same thing, go up to 8 cents, then back to 2 cents. So these are typical moves. It's typical noise. Yes, crypto's risky. Altcoins are more risky. Your favorite altcoin could absolutely go to zero. That's why you want to be well diversified. Cardano could go to zero. Litecoin could go to zero. Anything can go to zero. Bitcoin can go to zero. Although Bitcoin is the safest out of the bunch, but you get the least amount of ROI. Those who don't take risks don't make any money. I'm still overall bullish on everything. Like I said, my most bullish altcoin right now is Litecoin. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because a lot of people just don't like Litecoin. But I think Litecoin, with everything going with the SEC right now, is going to outperform a lot of these heavily hyped altcoins that you see pumped on Crypto Banter and BitBoy and all these channels. I think the SEC has held them down. I think once the narrative comes out that Litecoin is not a security and it's one of the few altcoins that you can buy that is not going to be a security, I think Litecoin is going to outperform. I could be wrong. That's just what I'm doing. And I'm still looking to buy Cardano if it goes under 20 cents. I had somebody ask me the other day, are you buying Cardano right now? No, because I bought like $10,000 worth of Cardano when it was 24 cents just a few months ago. So I already have a ton of Cardano at that level. Under 20 cents, I'll buy more. But I could buy Cardano at under 20 cents and then Cardano gets delisted from every freaking exchange in the world, and then it goes back down to 2 cents. So it is a risk, but I do think Cardano is going to do extremely well once all the dust settles. All right, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.